the United States has been running jihadists for more than 45 years, actually. This goes back to Zbigniew Brzezinski bringing in jihadists from the Middle East to fight in Afghanistan as a trap to bring the Soviet Union into Afghanistan in 1979, something that Brzezinski explained in a famous interview in Le Nouvel Observateur in 1998, that the U.S., yes, used jihadists for this purpose. And after that, the U.S. continued to recruit Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden links, and others in many places in the world. In Syria, when Obama sent the CIA in to overthrow Assad, who did he arm? Jihadists.
Well, how credible is the United States government claim within 55 minutes of the report of the attack that this was done by ISIS-K? A, how credible is that? And B, what is, in your view, ISIS-K?
Nothing the United States says about this has any credibility whatsoever, because the United States lies about everything repeatedly, especially about all issues of this sort. So it could be true, but the fact the United States said it so quickly after the attack and so authoritatively makes it less likely to be true than more likely to be true. It did not say we will work with the Russians to uncover the perpetrators of this horrible crime. It said within basically minutes, this was not Ukraine. This was ISIS-K. We know how this was done. Now, this raises a great many questions, many more questions than are answered by such a statement. But we know that the United States engages in jihadist-linked terror, and has done so for decades. In the Balkans, it has done so in the Middle East, it has done so in Central Asia, and it could very well have done so, or its client would have done so in Ukraine. So nothing the United States says about this proves anything. In fact, in my view, it has no weight or first weight. But what we do and should expect is to learn more information from Russia itself.
Can you see any dots connecting the horrible statement by Victoria Nuland 2 weeks before she left office that President Putin should expect some nasty surprises and this tragedy at the concert hall on Friday evening?
Of course. Of course, it may not refer to this, but it very well could have referred to this. Nothing about the U.S. action should be taken for face value. That is the first principle of understanding U.S. foreign policy, which is that there is a deep and very often dark side to this. Victoria Nuland was always part of that. Nasty surprises, what did she mean? Well, it could have been using American cluster munitions against civilian populations in Russia. That has been going on now for the last 2 weeks. It could have mean that there was going to be some kind of terrorist attack that they roughly knew about or explicitly knew about. Who knows? We will not be told the truth by the United States about any of this. But it doesn't mean we won't learn the truth, because with Russia having captured the perpetrators alive, and now apparently with the further information developed with Turkey, or so were explained in the last 24 hours, I'm sure that we're going to hear a lot more about this.